Sorry for the interruption. Now, I would like to share some amazing facts about our resource person. Our resource person, Mashwati Sharma, is a specialist in connected objects and IoT engineer develops innovative services that help users to receive, control, and manage information. She is also in charge of developing and managing a vast array of IoT devices, platforms, software, hardware, and systems through a combination of data, technology, and research. She is also having an working experience of 3 years in the field of embedded system and IoT. While working, she designed a good amount of embedded projects, worked on globally accessible home automation and a humanoid robot, Inaya, and Wi-Fi strip. She is like to create an identity of her own in the professional arena and achieving self success with the success of the organization. Congrats, ma'am. We are really thankful to our resource person for taking the time out of her busy schedule. Now, it's my pleasure to hand over the session to our resource person, Ms. Shwati Sharma, ma'am. Welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you so much for this warm welcome. Shall we start? Basically, today I'm going to give you the basic descriptions of the Raspberry Pi and how to interface the sensors with that microprocessor. First of all, I just want to know how many of you know about Raspberry Pi. I think you all know about it. So I'm sharing my screen to you all for giving you a basic introduction. Please have a look and let me know are you visible or not. Is it visible to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we are starting up. First of all, I'm starting from a basic introduction of a Raspberry Pi. As you already familiar with it, so basically Raspberry Pi is just a smaller computer or a credit card size basic component which we can have it in our pocket also. And we can connect this Raspberry Pi with so many source of electronic components like TV, and we can control our TV with the Raspberry Pi also. Raspberry Pi basically has been found by a charitable foundation, and these foundation providing all the Raspberry Pi to the kids and all the industries, so that industry can grow up and basically do all the IoT projects and all of these things. Background of Raspberry Pi is Raspberry Pi start from last 6+ years, and the foundation I told you about the charitable foundation, just like Cambridge University and programmer education, and then also support to the industries. Uh, why we use Raspberry Pi? What made computer accessible and fun means when we use Raspberry Pi with our TV and all, we can access our TV like as a video player or like some video games we can play by using Raspberry Pi on our TV. And basically from Raspberry Pi we are also getting some barriers in today's world also. So barriers just like a pricing of this Raspberry Pi. We know it's cheap because computers are very costly, but in comparison to the computers or laptop, Raspberry Pi is very cheap. But for a electronic components, just like a small components, it's like a cost effective, just like a 3-4 thousand. It's having its cost. Okay, computing in schools. Basically, Charitable Foundation has founded Raspberry Pi, and it's providing to the schools also, like developing to the schools community, and providing open source community, and Raspberry Pi also working with their partners so that they got some like programming supports, like basically Scratch programming. They get support from their partners, programming development support they get support from there. So this is the Raspberry Pi component, like a hardware. It supports most of the lots of interfacing. just like a Ethernet interfacing, HDMI interfacing, audio interfacing, audio video both interfacing itself. It also having camera interfacing. These pins are using for the camera interfacing. This is the HDMI port. This is These ports are available for interfacing keyboard and mouse because we need keyboard and mouse while we are working on a Raspberry Pi. So these slot are used for that interfacing keyboard and mouse. This is the whole description for using means how to interface all these peripherals. Like we provide the power from micro USB of 5 volt and 2 ampere. Basically, this Raspberry Pi is very sensitive component. So for powering up or for operating this component, we use 5 volt 2 ampere source of power supply, external source of power supply. So and here's the HDMI port, and there is also some one peripheral also which we call audio and video peripheral. This is the Ethernet module. From this we can provide Ethernet means internet service, and the main heart of this Raspberry Pi is a SoC, like a processor which having 250 RAM and graphics also. So moving ahead, here are some more means interfacing support which Raspberry Pi providing us, just like a GPIO. Means we can use GPIOs. Basically, GPIO means uh, input and output pins, which we can use as an input or output format. Input means taking some information from the sensors or some reading pin, sensor switch, reading pins from outside, and output means giving some giving some command to the peripherals which we are interfacing, just like our sensors. According to the sensors, we just give the command to our other peripherals. This is the video output. Okay, this is the LED. When we power up our Raspberry Pi using micro USB and 5 volt charger, this LED will glow up. Means from this LED we get to know that our Raspberry Pi is in operating mode. SD card, for operating Raspberry Pi, we need an SD card support. Like we can use 16 GB or 32 GB SD card with the Raspberry Pi, because we need to give OS operating system to the Raspberry Pi so that it can work according with it. This is the USB port, and this is the all over the Raspberry Pi, which is kept in a cover. This kind of cover we get in a market, and using this HDMI port, all these USB jack are for keyboard and mouse. This is the Ethernet port which I already show you. What can Raspberry Pi can do? Basically, Raspberry Pi is not a controller, because in today's world, in IoT world, we use lot of controllers just like ESP32, 82, ESP8266, and like Zigbee. These all are used for the wireless communication. But Raspberry Pi can work as in a wireless protocol, sorry, wireless controller. But it's not just a wireless controller; it's also a mini computer, because it's having its own CPU, which is working as an operating system. We provide. We dump some operating system in a SD card, and boot Raspberry Pi according to with it. Okay. And Raspberry Pi को हम ये कर क्या कर सकता है, what it can do, just like a media streamer, printer server, we can create a server, like a local server we can create on our Raspberry Pi. We are using Google Cloud Protocol. It also a server in today's world, but we can also create our local server over the Raspberry Pi. I just mean to say कि Raspberry Pi having lot of power lot of capacity which can handle some data on the local server, and all this data are in Raspberry Pi. Okay, we can create robots by using Lego robots. From Lego robots, we teach our children basic creating a basic robot like a line follower robot, obstacle avoider robot by using Raspberry Pi. Lego robot in Lego robot we use scratch programming like drag and drop programming, and in industry, we use basic Python, not basic Python, but yes, highly standard Python program in IoT industries field. We can create a lot of project based on Raspberry Pi, like environmental monitor, and we can create a video game on Raspberry Pi. And for that, we need PHP or Python language. These are the operating systems which I'm saying, continue repeating and saying again again, giving operating system. These are the operating systems which we boot in SD card, like Fedora, Debian, and Arch Linux. Debian is a basic operating system. Generally, we use Debian because it can easily operatable as compared to Fedora and Arch Linux, because Linux mostly used in highly programmable language, but Debian we can use for normal Python or Scratch program. Sorry, programming language which Raspberry Pi can support. Like I already told you, Python is the basic language which Raspberry Pi normally support. And Python, use Python in industries also for making industrial projects. Also support PHP language, Scratch language, and we can also support Python language for ARM v6. ARM is a controller, but we can use that program in Raspberry Pi also. We are not limited with Python. We can use Python, lot of Python in Raspberry Pi. Sketch program, which I'm saying, the panel of the Sketch program is just like this. It's just a drag and drop programming. Just like a if else loop, we can use here if else loop, switch loop, while loop. I told you that we can make a for the student, we can create a basic project just like a line follower and obstacle avoider. So we can create that project from here also. It's an Scratch programming, drag and drop programming. So basically, this language is used for children, not for industrial level. And we can also compile this program in this palette also, like we just simply write down a simple project, a simple program for a project, and we can compile here it also. This cat will work according to that. If we are suppose we are going to create a line follower robot in schools or sorry, colleges, so we can compile our project in this palette also before uploading our code in Raspberry Pi. As you already see, Raspberry Pi is a very small, like a credit card size component. Tinkering language. It's also in drag and drop programming, which Raspberry Pi support. GPIO pins. We can interface some sensors on GPIO pins. GPIO means input and output pins. Uh, One pin act as an will operate in a single mode. Like if we initialize a pin in a input mode, then it will work as an input pin in the whole program. It provides USB Ethernet hub, can powered by we can also power our Raspberry Pi by using 4 cross AA batteries. And here are some examples of the Raspberry Pi. Like I already told you, we can use this Raspberry Pi with our TV and create a video game also. We can also control means we get audio information by connecting this audio jack in Raspberry Pi and doing some program. Then we can hear the voice from this audio component from the Raspberry Pi. This is the this is the audio means you can give the command to the control to the processor also. From here you can listen and from here you can give the command. These are some more examples of the Raspberry Pi. Just like we can create monitoring like weather monitoring station by using Raspberry Pi. And all these examples I already told you. And I also told you about the GPIO pins. Like we can interfacing our sensors like this. These are the GPIO pins I already show you and connect the sensors like this, or this is the battery, but we can also connect our sensors like this also. This is a tube radio from 1955, means we connect the Raspberry Pi with the radio and hear its voice by using Raspberry Pi. So I give you the basic introduction of the Raspberry Pi, and I just want to know from you all then what we will do with the means what we can do with the Raspberry Pi. Any answer? Hello, hello, hello.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, we can able to learn programming, ma'am.
Oh, yes, sure. Just I'm just first of all I'm just giving a basic introduction of the Raspberry Pi. Okay, just give me a second. I'm just going with the programming also. Okay. Before programming, we need to set up our Raspberry Pi. So, how to set up a Raspberry Pi before programming? Because for programming, we need to set up a Raspberry Pi like this. Just connect all these peripherals before powering up the Raspberry Pi. Like connect your HDMI port, connect your keyboard and mouse, and if you want to connect your audio jack, then you can connect your once you are done with all these interface with these peripherals, then connect the USB jack of power, which I show you in the program that we can power a Raspberry Pi from a USB also. But just make sure you connect the Raspberry Pi with a 5 volt and 2 ampere power supply. Like I mean to say your mobile charger adapter. Okay. Once when you give the power, then LED will grow up in the side that your Raspberry Pi is in working mode. Now you have to boot your Raspberry Pi. Okay. Then for booting the Raspberry Pi, you have to download the Debian operating software, and just boot this software in your SD card. You can use 16 GB or 32 GB SD card, and just insert that SD card in your Raspberry Pi. Here, insert your SD card in the Raspberry Pi, and give the power to the Raspberry Pi and start your terminal uh, from which your Raspberry Pi are connected, just like a HDMI port you connected, and open your TV. Okay, then setup. You can start the setup once you start your Raspberry Pi. You got this type of panel. Welcome to Raspberry Pi, and you have to select before using. There's a few things you have to set up, just like from which country you are using, language and time zone which you are using. Then if you means keyboard language which you want to use, please select according as per your own convenience. Now, if you want to give the network facility, internet facilities, just like internet facilities, like connecting your Raspberry Pi with the internet, you just give me your SSID and password. First, select your which network you want to connect. Then give the password. Okay, then your Raspberry Pi will connect with that internet. Once you are done with these settings, please restart your Raspberry Pi. I mean to say, just plug out your power and then plug in again. Then your Raspberry Pi will restart. Mm, this is the setup of the Raspberry Pi. Once you are done with the setup, then you can start the programming. You can start the programming panel. Today I'm going to let you know about the how to interface a temperature sensor with the Raspberry Pi. You're already familiar with the DHT sensor. We use DHT sensor for the monitoring the temperature, humidity, and the temperature and humidity basically we measure from the DHT sensor. Okay, how to connect a DHT sensor means this is the overview of the DHT sensor. DHT sensor हमारा single package होता है, and have you ever opened the DHT sensor? I mean to say this yellow part. If you not, please go with it, because जब आप इस DHT sensor को open करेंगे, when you open it, then you get NTC in that. NTC means it's just like a sensor, negative temperature coefficient, and from this IC we are just measuring our temperature and humidity. It's just basically a resistive type sensor, like this. This is the NTC, and we are going to interface this NTC with the Raspberry Pi. Basically, Raspberry Pi give us a digital output, and we can use our any pin of the Raspberry Pi, GPIO pins, which I already told you, and for DST sensor, interfacing DST sensor. First of all, we are going to learn how to interface, how to connect hardware side, how to connect to DST sensor with the Raspberry Pi. Just pull high. I mean to say, connect to 1.5 ohm resistor with the DST sensor output, and then connect with it, and connect the output pin with any other of GPIO pins, whatever you want to use. Because DST sensor, because Raspberry Pi will going to listen from high to low level signal. So for creating a high level, we need to connect a 5.1 kilo ohm resistor with the output pin of the DST sensor. Okay. Basically, this type of connection we use. This is the let me zoom it out. Okay, the plus pin is just basically give the 5 volt to the to our DST sensor, and then this is the minus. Minus means ground. We can connect this plus and minus to the Raspberry Pi, and this output will going to GPIO 4. If you are using another pin rest of GPIO4, then you need to create a sorry, pull up high, pull high आपको you need to do that pull high, because all this pin will operate in a low mode and this Wi-Fi will listen in a high mode. High mode signal means once it goes high, then this Wi-Fi will start to listen. And if you are using any other of GPIOs, please use 1.5 kilo ohm resistor with it. These are the components which we are going to use. Raspberry Pi DSC sensor, connecting wire, power supply and computer, which you already know. Uh, Please install how to install a library. In command panel. Once you install the Python, have you already installed or already familiar with the Python?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If you already have a Python, just write this command on your command terminal. Then you can clone your DST library, Adafruit DST library, and then we can like this. Okay. Once you clone, then you can, if you are not install your Python, then please use this sudo command. Sudo command basically used in a Linux and our Raspberry Pi Raspberry Pi OS system totally based on Linux. So for initial step I mean to say, for installing Python, please use this command sudo python setup.py install for installing Python. Okay. Then come to the coding part. For basically in Python, for using any library, we need to give the command just like a import, because import used for calling a library. If I'm calling a time library, then I will going to use the import time. And if I'm going to use import Adafruit, sorry, if I'm using DST library, then this command will work. And if I'm using sys library, then this command will work. This library basically used for removing indentation errors or like basic commands or basic support we need in the compilation time. Then we use SYS library. Okay. While true we using while basically while means which the loop which is running continuity, and if we kept it true, then it will work forever. Forever means infinite time, means our loop will moving again and again in this loop. Okay. We are reading humidity and temperature from this library dst.retry 11 and 4. Okay. And then we can use print command, basically used for printing uh, variable which you already initialized, like humidity and temperature already initialized. And if you are using not initialized variable, then you have to kept in a double quotes like a string. There might be some change in printing command, because Python language upgrading time to time. So I'm using Python 9 something. So in Python 9, there is no double quote. If you are going to upgrade version of the Python, in upgrade version you have to use double quote in there, like this. You have to use double quotes rather than single quote. And time sleep we are using for delay. If you are already familiar with the C, in C we use the delay concept, and here we are using time dot sleep, and here this one is indicating how much time you are sleeping your loop, means आप यहाँ पे कितने टाइम का डिले दे रहे हैं. आई एम गिविंग 1 second of delay. or you can download this code from my GitHub also. I will provide you the link, and this you can also see the data in your terminal. Applications, we use DST sensors and Raspberry Pi. Application of this project is we can use in HVAC system, thermoset, home and office climate, controlling home and office climate, weather station, which I already show you in, in my PPT. We can create weather station. These are some related posts of this which you can get from my GitHub. This is all from my side. If you guys have any query, please you can ask. You can ask verbally rather than typing in a message because I'm done from my side.
Ma'am, in DHT11 sensor, how many bits for temperature and how many bits for humidity, ma'am?
Sorry, sir.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, in DHT11 sensor, how many bits for temperature and how many bits for humidity, ma'am?
So it depends on basically it depend. We are taking float data, and for hello.
Yes, ma'am, audible, ma'am.
Okay, sir. So we are basically we are using we are taking data of sensor in flow trading. So the size of the data of a sensor depends on the data type, and we are taking float. Usually हमारा जो data होता है वो float में ही आता है.
Okay, ma'am, thank you.
बेसिकली आप 4 बिट का डेटा अपना फ्लोट में यूज करते हैं तो 4 बाइट का हम डेटा वी कैन टेक फ्रॉम आवर डीएससी सेंसर.
Okay, ma'am, thank you.
Any question from anyone? I have a one question. Uh, like, can we create a can you guys create a project like a face detection project with the Raspberry Pi? No one. Please try yourself, and if you have any query, then you can ping me on my LinkedIn account, Swati Sharma. Yes, you can create a face recognition project, which is a very basic and very interesting project, and using in industry also. In an industry, the basic project we can create from Raspberry Pi is a face detection project, because in industry or in school or in home we need to monitoring who's entering, who is outing, means we have to monitor means how many person in, how many person out, and at what time. So this is a kind of a tracking basically. If I'm say if I say, then it basically a tracking, kind of a tracking a person or monitoring a person, means where he or she is going from, he or she is out how much time he or she out from office. So we can create not only industrial project, we can also create a school projects also with the Raspberry Pi. And if you want in my GitHub link, then I can share with you all guys, and can also share this PPT also. And if who any one of you if you want.
Participants, if you have any clarifications regarding the sensors and interfacing with the Raspberry Pi, you can raise your queries.
Sir, could you repeat yourself?
Participants, if you have any clarifications regarding sensors and its interfacing with the Raspberry Pi means, you can raise the queries. Question is 2.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, kindly share your developing projects in industrial sites.
Ma'am, basically my industrial projects are confidential because I'm working for a company, so I can't reveal my projects coding and all. But yeah, I can give you the like videos or some like a description. I can share that, but I can't reveal my whole project. I hope you got my point.
Okay, ma'am. Thank
And if you need, then I can share like a demo type video if you want that.
Yes, ma'am, you can.
Okay, ma'am, I have no any issue with that. Please share your mail ID, then I will revert on it. Okay, noted.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. I'm also sharing. I'm also giving one more like giving basic interfacing of PIR sensor. And आप में से किसी ने क्वेश्चन किया था ये PIR सेंसर का? Sorry. This is the interfacing of PIR sensor. PIR sensor means basically which detect the motion, like a single. Means, very. It's a very sensitive sensor. It can detect a very rare motion also. Like बहुत हल्का सा जो भी हमारा motion होता है, it can detect. Basically, it used in a security. It uses in a security purpose. Like we can operate in night. In night we can connect these sensors in our office, and we can connect it door side in night. If your office is off, like in Sundays, If your office is off, then you can use the sensor for detecting if someone has been entered in your office or in your house or not. Because if the sensor is getting high, means if sensor give you any input to the give any input to the controller, then a controller behave according to that. Okay. This is the sensor, PIR sensor. We can interface the sensor with the Raspberry Pi like this. As I already told you, if you want to use any other GPIO rather than 14 GPIO pin, then you have to connect the You have to connect the resistance with the out pin, and if you want to connect LED, then you can connect, and if you don't want to connect, then let it be. I'm just connecting this LED for indication. For giving the indication means this sensor detects something, and if sensor detect, then LED will glow. Okay. I just connect this LED like this. Motion, I already told you, this is the motion, direct motion. Output goes high, which will be read by the Raspberry Pi. When the sensor detects something, it give a high signal to the Raspberry Pi, and LED will get turned on, because this sensor give command to the Raspberry Pi, and once the Raspberry Pi listen this signal, and then it behave according to that. If I give the command that you have to glow the LED, then it will glow the LED. We are using here GPIO 12 pin number 32. Then you have to connect the resistance in its path, and this is the basic program of the Raspberry Pi. I'm using GPIO here. Then you have to import the GPIO library here. GPIO means, here I'm taking it as a pin number 32. Sorry, here मैंने sorry, I use another different GPIO here. 12 and 5. Now you have to set the warning false, otherwise your program will not going to compile. You have to set the mode of the GPIO which you are using. You are using input mode or output mode, because if you are using any of GPIO pin as a input mode, then your Raspberry Pi will going to listen from that pin. And if you are introducing any pin as an output pin, then your Raspberry Pi will give the command to that pin. Okay. First, you have to keep your LED pin off, because Raspberry Pi having some garbage value on its pin. So you have to initialize the pin as in low, and same, use the while loop. If you want your loop moving continuously, means continuously इसी loop में move करे, then you have to keep your loop as in while and keep it true. If GPIO input PIR input. If GPIO input PIR input means if your sensor gives you high value, high signal, then LED will get high. We use hash in Python for commenting any lines. Commenting means you are just writing these lines for your knowledge, not programmatically. We are using this line, but yes, you wrote this line just for your knowledge. So in Python you use hash, in C you use double, like this. Here simply I'm using if else loop. If your sensor gives your high signal, then your LED will get high, and if your sensor not giving you high signal, then your LED will remain low. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes.
question, ma'am.
Yes.
Other than Python language, which language is best for Raspberry Pi?
Linux. Basically, Linux we use for creating. I told you we can create a server also from Raspberry Pi. So basically, you can mostly highly programmable using languages Linux. We can create any software like application, and your phone also using a Linux language. Second Linux was, third one is PHP language, and the fourth one is .NET language. We can also use with the Raspberry Pi. And in embedded, if we goes in embedded, then we can also connect our Raspberry Pi with the Arduino palette for the education purpose. And I already told you we can also use Scratch language, tinkering language. All these language are drag and drop language.
Thank you, ma'am.
Difference between Arduino and Raspberry Pi. I already give you this. I already give you the answer. I'm repeating myself. Raspberry Pi is just like a computer, like a processor, but Arduino is restricted. Arduino having lesser GPIO interfacing pins as compared to Raspberry Pi, and Arduino basically a limited controller. In Arduino, we can just creating a interfacing or sensing something only. But in Raspberry Pi, we can also googling something. Like you can also do a Google also. Means in your Raspberry Pi, Google also working. You can give the internet service to your Raspberry Pi, and from by giving the internet, then you can googling something on Raspberry Pi also. Raspberry Pi, it's just like a computer.
Ma'am, one more question.
Yes.
How many input pins are there, ma'am?
Sorry.
How many input pins are there, ma'am?
In RPi,
Yes, ma'am.
in RPi, basically we have 40 GPIO pins, uh, and we can use only 26 GPIO pins because in 40 pins, some pins are using in boot time, and some pins are used for communication protocols like SPI protocol, I2C protocol, and the remaining 26 pins we can use for the interfacing sensors.
Okay, ma'am. Suppose if I need more interfacing with Raspberry Pi, can I go extension facility, ma'am?
Yes, you can connect the multiplexer with any GPIO pin, and you can connect any other sensors by providing the address. Because if you are giving any command to your sensor, which is connecting with a multiplexer, then you have to give the address to the sensor. Then we have
Thank
to
you, ma'am.
yes.
Ma'am,
Yes.
um, can you please name few Raspberry Pi like devices?
Raspberry Pi devices or products or Raspberry Pi versions.
Devices, ma'am.
Devices, industrial product, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Basic industrial product. I already told you face recognition. Face recognition is just a very basic project.
Okay, ma'am.
And you have lot of projects with the Raspberry Pi. Just like you can create video programming, or you can create a small robot which having some sensors or a camera which is recording like a video. If you want to record the video of any other place, then you can create a simple robot. Just put the ultrasonic sensor with it and camera. If any obstacle comes in path of your robot, then it can avoid that path and goes with another path and record the whole video from there. You can also create indicator like कि garbage sensor, garbage indicator, like आपका garbage monitoring, how much space in your garbage is remaining or how much you already use, and according with that give the command to the admin person which is controlling the garbage. uh, all these projects you can create. I mean to say there are a lot of projects based on this verify. Anti-theft scoring system you can create, voice-based hot cold water dispenser system you can create with Raspberry Pi, and women safety night patrolling robot also can create from Raspberry Pi.
Thank you, ma'am. And we have one more question.
Yes.
How can we process images or videos with Raspberry Pi, ma'am?
Uh,
And
yes, yes, continue.
is Raspberry Pi is enough or we need additional devices?
Raspberry Pi is enough, and you can process your image or video by using OpenPython CV library. In OpenPython CV library, you can you can create a her cascade file, and using her cascade file, you can train your system. And after training, you can recognize the person. I can give you a demo. Just give me a second. If you can see my screen, I'm showing you my one project. Like it can recognize me as in Swati and also giving an ID, my ID, from which ID I'm registering in my project. And in this, I'm just using open like OS and Open Python CV in my recognizing file. This CV2. This is basically an Open Python CV language. Sorry, library. And if someone comes in front of camera which is not registered in my project, it showed that person as an unknown. Raspberry Pi is enough with for face recognition or video image processing.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, is it enough? Shall I call for vote of thanks?
Yes, ma'am, you can.
Okay, ma'am. Thanking is one of the good manner to keep ourselves and others too proud. Now, I would like to welcome our professor, Mr. S. Ramarajan sir, from our ECE department to say vote of thanks. Welcome you, sir.
Yes. Good evening, one and all together here. First of all,
Good evening.
I would like to express my sincere thanks to our management, our most respected principal, HOD of ECE, for their moral support students. Next, I thank our resource person, Miss Swati Sharma, IoT Embedded Engineer, Qualcomm Private Limited, Ghaziabad, Uttar Pradesh. for accepting our invitation and delivering very good and a very interesting topic on Raspberry Pi. Thank you, ma'am. Our students definitely got benefited and enjoyed your session, ma'am. Next, I thank my colleagues and student participants from our institution and other institution. Finally, my big thanks to all. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.